Why did the Impressionists favor the elimination of the color black from their painter's palette? Let us look at the second paragraph which talks about it. The new color theory emphasized the presence of color within shadows, and in asserting that there was no black in nature, inspired the Impressionists to ban black from their palette. Now, this clearly states that Impressionists wanted to ban black from their palette because they felt that there was no black in nature. So, option A is the correct answer to this question. The other options are not supported by the passage. What was the most significant contribution of Manet to art? Let us refer to the second line of the third paragraph. It says, Monet was a close associate of the French painter Edouard Manet, who helped art move away from realism in the 19th century. Let us look at the options. Option A, he helped art to move away from realism and towards Impressionism. This option is incorrect because of the part towards Impressionism. We do not know whether Manet helped the art move away towards Impressionism. Option B, he influenced art towards newer movements in technique. This option is definitely in line with what is given in the passage. He helped art move away from one technique towards another movement in technique, a newer movement in technique. Option C, he helped artists in breaking away from influence of realism. This option is incorrect because it talks of artists, while the line talks of a new movement in the art world. So the correct answer to this question is option B. Which of the following is true of Impressionism? Let us look at the sentences first. Sentence A, it received its name from a painting of Monet. Let us look at the fourth paragraph, the second and the third lines of the fourth paragraph. This study of natural light is the focus of his landmark painting, Impression Sunrise, completed in 1872. This work is the source of the term Impressionism. So definitely option A can be, sentence A can be inferred. Sentence B, it is a study of light in shadows. The first painting, the painting of Monet, which was the source of the term Impressionism, that focused on the light in the shadows. But on the basis of that, we cannot say that Impressionism in itself is a study of light and shadows. So statement B is incorrect. Statement C, in its early stage it was rejected by the Paris Salon. Let us look at the fourth paragraph. It says, art historians note that the Impressionist paintings such as Impression, Sunrise were rejected by the Paris Salon, leading the painters to hold their own autonomous shows. So initially, in the early stage of Impressionism, its paintings was rejected by the Paris Salon. So only statements A and C are correct. So option C is the correct answer to the question. The passage is most likely an article on Monet, an article on Impressionist art, an article on Impressionist artist, an article of movement of art from realism to Impressionism. We can see that the passage begins with Impressionism, but this has been done to introduce Monet. The rest of the passage revolves around Monet and ends with his death. So option A is the best answer. The other options are incorrect because the passage does not focus only on Impressionist art. Moreover, the passage does not talk of too many Impressionist artists. It also does not focus on art movement from realism to Impressionism. What does the author mean by a typically middle-class vision of happiness? Let us refer to the penultimate paragraph of the passage. It says, the first and the last lines, the Impressionists also painted a typically middle-class vision of happiness in keeping with their bourgeois backgrounds, according to Honor and Fleming. It was never finished, but it shows middle-class ladies and gentlemen at a picnic beneath a beautiful canopy of trees. Now, by this phrase, we can infer that the author is referring to what happiness typically means for middle-class people. Let us look at the options. Option A, depiction of a middle-class family. This option is incorrect because the phrase is about middle-class people and not just a middle-class family. Option B, depiction of middle-class people having a good time. This option is definitely in line with the meaning of the phrase. Option C, depiction of normal ladies and gentlemen in everyday scenarios. This phrase is about middle class people and not about normal people. Option D, depiction of the normality of a middle class life. Now the phrase is about happiness and not about normality. So the correct answer to this question is option B. Which of the following was or were artists' attempts to escape the tyranny of the official world? Let us refer the first two lines of the 5th paragraph of the passage. Art historians know that Impressionist paintings such as Impression, Sunrise were rejected by the Paris Salon, leading the painters to hold their own autonomous shows. Monet first exhibited this work in Paris in 1874 in a non-saloon approved exhibition. The passage goes on to say that these independent exhibitions by the Impressionists showed how the artists were trying to escape the tyranny of the official art world. Let us look at the options. Option A, holding independent art shows. This option does not mention that the art shows are non-salon approved. So option A is incomplete and hence incorrect. Option B, creating paintings that were not commissioned. Now the passage does not talk about commissioning. Option C, holding non-salon approved exhibition. Now this option is definitely in line with what is mentioned in the passage and hence will be the correct answer to this question.